William Bradford, speaking in 1630 of the founding of the Plymouth Bay Colony, said that all great and honorable actions are accompanied with great difficulty, and both must be enterprised and overcome with answerable courage. If this capsule history of our progress teaches us anything, it is that man in his quest for knowledge and progress is determined and cannot be deterred. The exploration of space will go ahead, whether we join in it or not. We mean to be a part of it. We mean to lead it. For the eyes of the world now look into space, to the moon, and to the planets beyond. Our leadership in science and industry, our hopes for peace and security, our obligations to ourselves as well as others, all require us to make this effort, to solve these mysteries, to solve them for the good of all men. There is no strife, no prejudice, no national conflict in outer space as yet. Its hazards are hostile to us all. Its conquest deserves the best of all mankind. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
No sound.
Oh, where'd they go?
Throughout history, mankind has had an unquenchable desire to explore. From Christopher Columbus to Lewis and Clark, America has been greatly affected by this desire. It was just a matter of time until the start of man's ultimate adventure, exploring outer space. Great excitement throughout the United States as there was much uncertainty as to what we would find. In 1958, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration was established. In the following years, many of the country's brightest minds and bravest heroes undertook the challenge issued by JFK and set upon the task of sending man into space. During the 1960s, NASA was under tremendous pressure to reach the moon by 1970, both because of the challenge by President Kennedy in trying to beat the Soviet Union in all aspects of the space race. Projects Mercury and Gemini provided many successes, such as John Glenn achieving orbit around Earth in 1962 and having spacewalks. But there were also some humiliating mistakes. Finally, America was getting close. The Apollo project used information gathered from previous missions. And the table was set for the challenge to be completed. On July 16, 1969, the Apollo 11 mission was launched. On July 20th, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong flew the lunar module to the moon. United States and the entire world celebrated the accomplishment of landing on the moon. A whole series of space shuttles continued our exploration. There have been many important discoveries made and improvements to our entire society because of NASA and the space program. However, there have been tragedies that have affected us all, and we honor the sacrifice of the men and women who have died in the line of duty to our country. We'll continue our quest in space. There will be more flights and crews. Nothing ends here. Our hopes and our dreams continue.